Okay guys, 2024, Happy New Year. So it is vlog number 8 and it's January the 7th, so that means it's been about 3 weeks since I did the last one. And over that time, I was getting fat and drunk just like everyone else. So I haven't done loads in that time, but actually there are quite a lot of updates. So I'm going to try and make these a little bit quicker than the usual ones that are a little bit more bite-sized. Number 1, the Adventure Athletes podcast was released. Well, hey, that's something that I did a couple of months ago with Will now. And I'm glad that he waited till the new year because it was a nice few bits of content to release to kick off 2024. And quite a few people have listened to it and given some feedback, which is really nice. And yeah, hopefully that can be the first of many. I can also use that podcast episode with the charity and with other podcasts to try and get ourselves out there a little bit more, so that hopefully we can get into news and maybe on radio and on other podcasts and stuff like that. So that's been good news. Also, Diving with the Injured, the charity that we are fundraising on behalf of, they had their trip recently, and so they've given us some content as well that we can upload. So we've got interviews with the founder of the charity, we've got interviews with the injured military personnel that benefit from the charity, and yeah, we've got some clips of their trip as well. So it'd be nice to put that together so that people can see where the money goes and who it helps, why it's important. We hopefully have a brand partnership announcement coming soon as well. It's we're nearly there. We had a conversation with them before Christmas. They're like an adventure type brand that really fit with the ethos and values of the Adventure Antidote. So hopefully we can nail that down soon. And then we can start making content with some of their kit, which will be cool. We also, I put this on my story, we are potentially joining forces with someone else who's rowing the ocean. So what happened was, obviously we need to get this boat and it's expensive. So we're thinking about how else can we get a boat? Do we get one secondhand? Can we rent one? Well, I don't really know what other options there are. Those are kind of the ones. Could we build one? That was the other option. I don't think that's a good idea. Now, we get referred into this guy who we thought we might be able to rent a boat off of. Turns out he can't rent us the boat because he's rowing the same ocean at the same time. But his boat it's got 2 rowing spots and he wants to do it in a 4, so 2 on 2 off, which means he has got space for 2 other people. So me and Mike were like, well, maybe we could join. The benefits of that is he's rowed an ocean before, which means it's safer. The boat is then ready to go. We can use it for training. We can take it to events and things like that for display to get people excited. It saves us a ton of money. So it's a really good option. I think the only reason we wouldn't go with them is basically ego. We just kind of want to do it on our own if we can. So there's that. But a lot of people gave their feedback and it was nice to hear. It was really balanced, which didn't massively help. But it's good to hear what people think. And there are still a few things that we got to do behind the scenes, right? There's a bit more due diligence that we got to do. Even if we say we're going to go ahead with it, we've got to, cross some T's, dot some I's, and make sure that it's going to work for everyone involved. So that's the direction we're going in. It might not work out that way. We'll see, and I'll let you guys know. We should be getting confirmation in the next week or so that the charity have received our initial donation of £12,500 or thereabouts. So when they have that, hopefully we can post that online and so that everyone can see that the money that has been donated so far has been received by the charity, and then we are 10% of the way to, not 10% of the way, 5% of the way to our total fundraising goal, because that's £250,000, but 10% of the way there to the goal for the boat and the food and the training and the whatever. So the last thing is working on corporate sponsorship is really, really difficult. So it's difficult to know where to spend my time, right? Because to get corporate sponsorships, I feel like we need to have better content, better social profiles, better online presence with our website and stuff. But if I spend all my time making content or working out how to get better, do I invest in better kit like camera gear Or do I invest in training for photography, videography? Or do I invest in a course on how to edit photos and videos or figure out how to do it all? If I spend loads of time doing that, then it means I spend a lot less time emailing and calling people who could potentially sponsor us. So we could then end up with like a super cool Instagram, but no one's going to sponsor us because I haven't called them. So it's kind of like trying to balance the two is difficult. I don't really have the time to invest in like a photography or videography course, but I'm trying to learn like one thing a week that I can do a bit better, meanwhile like keeping up all these other things. So that's the plan so far. In terms of training, we're like 11 or so weeks now until we run the marathon. I had a couple of injuries recently actually because I've been wearing some insoles to stop me getting shin splints. They've actually kind of fucked my feet up, so not been the best for me. But I've chucked out the insoles. I've got some new shoes coming tomorrow. Hopefully then my feet will be a bit better and I can get back on the road, wind, rain or shine. So yeah, basically got 10 weeks to smash it out. Probably a bit less than that because we need to taper off the last few. So it's going to be an intense few weeks of doing a lot of running. But that probably concludes the update for now. Looking forward to a big 2024. Thank you for everyone that is following us. And yeah, looking forward to this year. Catch you later.